Hello YouTube. I just wanted to hop on here today and show what we're using for my second grader this year in our homeschool. So some of these things we do together with her little sister, who is kind of doing a K4 curriculum this year. And I'll show you that in another video, what all we're using for her. But some of this stuff she's kind of joining in when she feels interested. So our first thing, which we are doing together first thing in the mornings, is here's what I'm gonna do. I want to move these down here, and I'll just pull off the top, fix where it's not so glary. Alright, so I have kindergarten, learning about God, and this is Positive Action Bible Curriculum, and I got these from, I think, Christian Book, but Rainbow Resource has them, and there's some other sites that you can get these from. So I did do the preschool version, I guess, last year with my 3 and 6 year old, and so this year I got the kindergarten. That way my younger one can do it, and it's stories about God and stuff, and so I don't feel like it's a problem for my older one. I mean, there's stuff she likes to do in here too, so there's lots of stuff that they can draw, and there's cut and paste, and they both get, you know, some good information out of it. So we got that, and then I was at my Lifeway store, and they had a bunch of stuff on clearance, and I'm really trying to work on reading comprehension, and this is the grade 1, but I did get it last spring, and so we've done a little bit in it. I'll go towards the back. There's different days, so there's like here's week 11, and there's a vocabulary and skills that you're working on, and then there's the story, and then every day there's different activities. So that's day 3. It's hard to do this one-handed. So day 1 you reread, and you talk about, you know, what different vocabulary means, drawing conclusions, sequencing. So every day has different activities to do with it. So we've been working through some of this as we have time. So that's what we're using for Bible this year. For English Language Arts, the first thing we're using BJU's English 2, Writing and Grammar. We are on our 4th week of school now, so we are on lesson 17, which is practicing. We've went over the 4 types of sentences. You can see there. This is the teacher guide, because I have pulled apart her book, and it's sorted by week right now, so I'll show you that later too. And so I just binder clip where we're at, so that way the next day I can just pick it up and go. So we're using this, and it does like grammar weeks, and then it does writing. So our first writing unit, I think, is on poetry, but just to get her some more writing, and we used this last year a little bit because we filled up our last one. So, you know, she draws and writes, and most of this is from the end of 1st grade. So anyway, she's used this in conjunction with this, and then sometimes, you know, if she's not had a lot of writing that week, then I'll pull out it like a journal prompt, and she can write in there. But there is 180 lessons in the English 2, and I'm a former teacher, and I was like, oh, we're going to finish this. We're going to do a lesson every single day. But some days, you know, it just may not happen. So we're going to get through as much of it as we can, because in my classroom when I taught, it was rare that you got through an entire curriculum in a year. So it's going to be okay if I don't finish every single lesson. For spelling, we use Spelling You See. The first, I think, 6 lessons in this are the same as the last 6 lessons in level, what is this, level C? Level B, because we did do level B last year. So I bumped us up And we started at lesson 7 because she did not do this one. So there's peas porridge hot, so she did that one. And then lesson 8 starts the nonfiction writing. So, and I let her use the friction erasable pens. And so she uses that on this. So she does fairly well. And then we usually skip this page where they get to write whatever. We usually do spelling 4 days a week. So we skip that one, and then we go through and she has to write it by dictation. And so then we go to the next one. So she's doing the elephant one this week. So that's what we do for spelling. For reading, this is for teaching reading. So we use All About Reading level 3 is what we're on this year, and I did get the color edition this year. I was very excited about that. We did the level 2 last year, and I had already bought it in the black and white, but I went ahead and ordered the color readers when they came out, I think back in January. So, so that way my younger daughter will have the colored readers for level 2. But so she's just barely into this one. We should finish. We usually do 2 lessons a week out of this. I think there's 54. There's 54 lessons in level 3, and we should, if we do 2 a week, we'll be done like beginning of March. And so I will probably go ahead and start her on level 4 then, and we'll get started on it before we take our break for summer. So that is reading instruction. We also, I got, which I'm very excited about because I was a 5th grade reading teacher when I left teaching to come home. So we're doing BookShark. So our first read aloud we're doing is Charlotte's Web. And I only got the reading with history. So we're not using the science or anything else. I just got the reading with history. So our read aloud right now is Charlotte's Web, and I think we will be finishing it next week. We're almost done. I think we're on chapter 15, I think, tomorrow. And then for her readers, I got the level 1 reading with history because it's year 1 of 2. But I got the level 2 readers because she is like on a middle of 2nd grade reading level. So far she's read Frog and Toad Are Friends, Owl at Home, and she will finish Mouse Tales tomorrow, and then Friday we'll start a new book. Yeah, and BookShark is a 4-day program, so it kind of changes depending on what our schedule is, which day I skip, and we skipped yesterday because we had gymnastics. So we will do this on Friday this week. It just depends on how much other stuff we have to do. So, really liking this. She's enjoying these books. She and my 4-year-old are enjoying Charlotte's Web, which I'm surprised the 4-year-old sits through it, but they're both doing really good. I've got to where I have them a snack ready, and so they eat a snack while I'm reading, and they do really well with that. For math, we are using Matthew C. Beta. We used Primer, and we used Alpha last year. And it's good. It teaches them what they need to know for the most part. I do add in some of the Kuman time and money workbooks, and I've got some games that I had from my classroom because I taught 1st and 2nd grade also. So we do incorporate some games with time and money, but I'm going to use this year, but I'm hoping to switch to a different program next year, so we'll see how that goes. But this is Beta, multiple digit addition and subtraction, and it does have, and I got the teacher guide because I've already tore her book apart. I was looking to see the table of contents. There it is. It has place value, sequencing, rounding, which is where we're at right now. Rounding is difficult. Skip counting. There's money, adding money, measurement, perimeter. So it does get into some more things in here that they didn't have in Primer and Alpha, because there wasn't a lot of that. So we are using Beta. We'll see if I go on with the next level or if I switch. It's just, it's not appealing at all, because it's all black and white worksheets. And there's not a lot on each sheet, but it's just, it's not exciting. My younger one's trying to do Primer, and she is not happy at all. Alright, so for social studies, I tried to start Story of the World with them last year. They're not interested. It's too, they're just not interested. I'm gonna have to wait a couple years to do Story of the World. So this year I picked up Heritage Studies from BJU for my second grader. It's level 2. She's not crazy about it either. I did get the Reading with History from BookShark, so we are doing that. But I wanted some more like social studies, like talking about communities and talking about you know, map skills, and this does have a lot of that in it. It's got bar graphs in it. It's got a lot of stuff in it. See, there's the maps, and there's worksheets that go along with it, which I have torn apart, so I can't show you those. But she has a worksheet, and we do this 3 days a week. There are 90 lessons, so you could do it every day for half of the year and not have to do it all year long. We do it 3 days a week, so we will get done early, but that way it will span most of the year. And if I do have to miss a lesson somewhere, then it's not the end of the world. So Heritage Studies, I like it. She could take it or leave it, but it is incorporating some of that stuff that I thought she might be missing, about some of those basic, you know, local government and some things like that. So we're doing it this year. And to go along with that Heritage Studies goes through, you can look, it talks about, here's the table of contents: community life, liberty and justice for all, land that I love, exploring our past, and then it goes into the colonies and the Revolutionary War and the beginning of the United States. So I got this. I've used these before in my classroom, and they are history pockets. So I got the Life in Plymouth Colony, and I've already put them together, but they just have some different activities to do to kind of make some of this a little more concrete, and something that they can pull out and remember what we talked about. Because I know a lot of times, you know, younger kids, they need that physical something to remind them. And then I think this is about it. We are doing Apologia Astronomy this year. We have done the first lesson. This is the textbook. I got the junior notebooking. Yeah, the junior notebooking workbook for my second grader. We did make, let me see if you can see it right here. We did make our little solar system. I got a little model thing and they painted them. And my 4-year-old did help, and she's learned most of the names of the planets in order by now. But, so she kind of joins in when it's something fun that she wants to do. But it's got, what is astronomy? You've got a lesson on the sun, a lesson on each planet, the moon, space rocks, stars and galaxies, dwarf planets. So it's got a lot of information, but I also got the activity guide that goes with it that has some more hands-on things, because my girls love science activities, and anything hands-on that they can do, they're all about it. So I did go ahead and do this. I'm hoping to do some field trips. We've got a planetarium close by and an observatory that you can go at night and look. And so I want to do some of that stuff while we're studying astronomy. And I think that's almost it. There's, you know, my stack. I'll have to put everything back up. I do have the IKEA desk with the drawers, and I keep some of it in the drawers and I keep some of it on my shelf, and then a lot of the stuff that I could tear the workbooks apart, I've got those in a little file crate. So if you have any questions or anything I missed, just leave them in the comments below, and thanks for watching.